Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's the real Kale back with some Mortal Kombat 1 content. And on this blessed Sunday, NRS Lord Boone decided to bless us with a Quan Chi gameplay trailer, full gameplay trailer, and a nice little tease at the very end at what's to come in the future. So, I just want to say this. Before we get into it, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, stay tuned for more Mortal Kombat 1 content. I haven't been feeling it much this season, but, we're getting some new stuff, and it makes me realize, we got it good, y'all. We really do got it good out here in the NRS streets. I know some people complain about the game a lot, but, man, the DLC is looking fire. And I will say, Quan Chi is my least anticipated character of this whole pack, but he looks pretty good. He's gonna be someone that I will try out. He looks really good in this game. I love the default outfit, the animations, his facial expressions, the voice actor, and they're doing a fantastic job. And I know he's in the main story, and I think some people kind of they have this idea like, oh, it's lazy, they didn't just put him in base roster, but his moveset is very different from what we saw him being able to do in the main game, and it's very different from what's already existing in the game, and it's just very different from what he has had in previous Mortal Kombat games before. So let's take a closer look. So we see that he has the classic teleport stomp. He's always had like a move like this where he teleports through one of his portals and he stomps and lands on your head. It looks pretty casual in this game. He just goes with the flow. He just looks like he does this already, like it's his move. Before he puts a little bit more oomph into it, but it still looks very devastating and swaggy. He does it in a more confident demeanor. But he has this like Cthulhu or like a Kraken that he summons, that he opens through a portal. It's like a Netherrealm demon, I'm gonna assume, right? And he's able to call upon it. I think it's a part of his regular combo string, so it looks like he's gonna have some pretty good range. But I think this is a part of his special moves as well. I think there's one where he grabs the opponent, the tentacle grabs the opponent by the leg, and he slams the opponent as like an ender, but it's also a launcher as well at some point during the trailer. And that looked very, very cool. It looks very flashy, and he's just incorporating things that only Quan Chi can do. I love that type of stuff. Okay, and we see him have a move very similar to what Jade typically has. He can pretty much create this aura around him, and he's glowing, and all projectiles are just flying right through him. He nullifies all projectiles. Some counter zoning tactics on a character that clearly has an assortment of projectiles. Things like that is always very scary, especially when you can cover things at your cameo. Very, very devastating stuff. Imagine covering him. You might not need to use Sub-Zero with this character, Sub-Zero cameo. But we also get a good look at Khameleon. We'll talk about that throughout the video as it comes up. Khameleon is the cameo scene. I'm going to assume it's very similar to like what Tremor is currently. Currently, Tremor is a 3 variation cameo. I'm going to assume there's something similar like that with Khameleon, because throughout the gameplay trailer we see her adopt Jade's moves, Melina's moves, and Kitana's moves. So she adopts the 3 female ninja moves throughout the gameplay, and we're going to talk about that throughout the video. But Quan Chi, he has the typical, he has this portal, something similar to what Warlock Quan Chi would have been able to do. Can pop you up with these aura blasts, getting full combos, lots of air damage, very, very flashy stuff. He has the skull projectiles, so he's gonna have a bunch of projectiles, the regular skull. Then he has these other skull projectiles, it turns purple, and he can send it full screen. It's much smaller, but when it hits the opponent, it teleports them to you. So that's probably a good way to get the opponent to come in. You can probably create some setups with that, some pressure setups, hard to blockable setups, make them move. He's gonna be a very space control character, it seems like. He has some pretty flash and flare with his air combos. A lot of his stuff incorporate sending his body and limbs and sending the Cthulhu through the portal to knock you up. And throughout the trailer we see him incorporate Khameleon a lot into his combo abilities and combo extensions. So let's talk about Khameleon a little bit more now. Okay, so Khameleon is, like I said before, she's able to turn into the classic ninjas. So the first move that we saw throughout the trailer was like, it's very similar to like Sonya's square wave, but it's like Melina. Looks like a very old school Melina move, I believe, where she's kind of like thrusting her sides towards you. It seems like a natural air combo extension that Khameleon could do as Melina. But then throughout the rest of this section, when he's fighting Sub-Zero, you can see Khameleon transform into Jade and use her glaive, basically like how it works in one, I think it's like MK9 or even MK11. Basically, she tosses the glaive, it hits, goes through the opponent, and it comes back again. There's probably enough hits done to get a nice combo off of that, somewhat similar to like what Serena could do. But I just want to point out, these moves are ambushes. So these are ambush assists and not summon assists. As you can see, Quan Chi is able to do a move and maneuver himself while these moves are being called out. So I think this is a good sign overall. I think a lot of people were asking for a lot more ambush assists so we could get more flash and flare, more interesting and unique cameos right now. I think the general consensus right now, there's too many summon cameos, so it slows down the gameplay. And honestly, that's one of the reasons why cameos such as Scorpion, cameos such as Kung Lao, you know, you can use it whenever you want and you can do whatever you want on top of it. So that's, I'm glad that they're adding that. Khameleon's, one of her forward throws, she has like 2 forward throws. That's what I'm assuming it's based on what version of the assist you have, because I saw one with Jade where, you know, Jade uses her bow staff and knocks the opponent away. And then we saw one with Kitana where she's using her fans. And then as we go into like the fatal blow, you see the fatal blow start off with Melina, the Melina Khameleon stabbing the opponent in the kneecaps. Brutal, painful stuff. Someone who has bad knees, I winced. And then, you know, she transforms as Kitana, slicing the opponent in the face with the fans, and then ending it with I don't remember if Jade comes into play. I'm kind of just doing this off the top of my head. But then, you know, Quan Chi comes in for his part of the fatal blow. So, and very cool stuff. I wonder how Khameleon is really going to play out. A lot of ambush assists. I like the idea. It's a lot more complex. It doesn't seem like a very straightforward cameo. The bad side to this is that because it's not very straightforward as it seems, I think there's going to be a lot of people afraid to pick this up because cameos are the most complicated part of the game, especially when your new character is already out. But give it some time, y'all. I'm saying the same thing for Tremor. Tremor right now isn't used to online too frequently, but when you give it some time, you know, you guys probably gonna figure out some really dirty stuff. Just want to bring further attention to this. Khameleon also has Melina's patented ball roll. It looks like the MKX version of the overhead ball roll, where she, you know, she does like a front handspring and into the ball roll. And then she also has a version of Kitana's fan toss. It looks like an ender, or at least it has a decent amount of hit stun. It looks like it kind of just stops the opponent dead in their tracks, but nothing. Maybe in the air, maybe it works that way. If you catch the opponent in the air, you get like the natural extension, like how Kitana does. But we'll have to see. We really have to see how this all turns out. And then the last thing that really caught my eye with Quan Chi, yeah, he has this move where he puts you in jail. He just traps you from full screen, and this could be very interesting. Maybe you could set something up with one of your cameos. You could really just keep the opponent out, or even just simply time the opponent out, run out the clock on them. There's a good amount of matches in Mortal Kombat 1 where the game is basically so close to finishing, but you guys just can't open each other up. You guys are blocking, you're afraid to overextend, but then, you know, the time runs out, and this could be a good way to stall and build up whatever you need to do. So very cool stuff. But yes, at the end of the trailer, we got a little glimpse of Peacemaker, and boy does he look really good. John Cena's voice acting. John Cena is also doing his likeness. The whole this version of Peacemaker is based off of John Cena's version in, you know, his TV show and the Suicide Squad movie. Very awesome stuff. Definitely looking forward to playing him, and when he does come out, they definitely are teasing us already. So there's a schedule going. I'm gonna assume Peacemaker is gonna be out, since this is coming out. Quan Chi's coming out middle of December. I'm gonna say Peacemaker is probably gonna come out in like early February or so. So, anyways, y'all, let me know what you guys think about Quan Chi and his gameplay. Will you be playing him? I think he looks great. Tell me what you think about Quan Chi, what you think about Khameleon. Khameleon is probably what I'm more excited for. I'm very excited for the cameos in Mortal Kombat 1. But overall, this looks great. The DLC looks fantastic. Love the animations. Love the work. They're putting a lot of love into this stuff. And we're really in good hands, y'all, especially with all the other stuff that they're promising for the game down the line. So, yes, Mortal Kombat 1. This shit is great, y'all. So, anyways, stay tuned. Stay real. Have a great day. Peace.